the last question that we had was, how do we begin to change the system in order to create communities for people with disabilities? I think we kind of touched on this with reaching out to legislators, but does anyone else have anything else to add?
I don't think we can stop at legislators. I think we have to be talking to officials in your county. We the officials that are in charge of waiver funding in your county, housing development people in your county, and educating the community in general. It is a huge task, but it is an important task, which is why you need a group. You need a bunch of people who are interested in this, motivated by this, typically parents of of people with disabilities, but also you've got aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, neighbors who also, even coworkers who genuinely care and want to support you too, to get that word out, get them contacting their legislators, write the letter for them, or, suggest to them what it is that you need. What we find when we go out into the community to try to advocate is very willing people who want to help, but just don't know how. And if you just say, it's important that you spread the word, that's not enough. They want to help. Give them something very specific. It would help if you wrote to your legislator about this. It would help if you contacted a county commissioner and told them that housing for adults with IDD in Berks County or your county is very important, and you'd like to know if they're working on that. Give them something specific to ask and someone specific to ask, or ask them to go into the stores in your community and ask, do you employ adults with intellectual disabilities? And if so, how do you employ them? The more that is out in the community, and the more the community thinks this is important, the better off we all are. By all means, have them advocate for themselves and sit in a legislator's office and talk about how much a community like this would matter to them, and make sure the legislator knows what the hurdles are between now and that actually happening for this individual.
Yeah, I
Let me
think
let me talk about the support piece that's and beyond just the particular model of Next Step Berks or Front Porch. Um, so I think talking about that Nancy mentioned going to the legislators, this is really important, even if you're not looking to do this kind of development project, because the governor has proposed in his proposed budget an increase, a significant increase in state funding. It's actually a 12% increase that would go to providers for the purpose of increasing the hourly wages for the habilitation workers, or SSPs or DSPs, direct support professionals. But that's just the governor. This has to go through the budget. So this is really important to visit your state legislators, your state senator, your state representative, to urge them to agree to this increase in funding that will enable a higher wage, a competitive wage for these direct support professionals, which at least will take a step forward in increasing the availability of people who are willing to take on these jobs to be direct support professionals. But yes, go to your legislator, talk to them about that. And if you're interested in the model that Nancy talked about, certainly talk to them about that as well. But this is the time right now, because the budget will be decided hopefully by the end of June. This is the time to be talking to your legislators to support that increase. It's really vital.
Thank you, David, for making that point. You're right. You're absolutely right. And we all have a voice here, and we all can take action in that way after this conversation to move the needle forward in the way we want to see it moved.